Welcome to Straightforward. Today we're going to cover a very important topic, and we're going to be talking with our one and only Cheryl Averett Johnson on cancer. And this is our month.
Yes, this is our month. Paint the Town Pink. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm just so excited to be back here. It's been a long time.
It really has.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have events that are going on all month long, and you want to get the community involved.
Right.
We need to pay attention to our breast health.
Yes,
believe it or not, I know some people have never had a mammogram.
Right.
And that is just not a wise thing.
No,
you know,
ma'am.
we really need to make sure we're checking ourselves on a monthly basis and staying in front of that. So share with our audience all the events that we have going on and how we can support.
Well, of course, this year is our 8th annual Paint the Town Pink, and we've been doing this for 8 years now. And it's a breast cancer awareness walk, but the money that's raised, it is a fundraiser, and the money that's raised stays in our community, and it helps our Neighbors Helping Neighbors Fund. That particular fund stays right here in our community. It's 100% of the funds remain here, and it helps cancer patients with their lights, their gas, their mortgage. When life happens, we're there to try to help ease that burden.
So you all kind of stand in the gap.
We try to stand in the gap.
Because even with insurance,
absolutely,
it doesn't always cover everything, and that's a myth. People will say, well, the person who's like, yeah, this person works full time. Yes, they have insurance, but there are other items that they need that's not covered by insurance.
That's right.
So they can apply for help at your office.
Right, through the Neighbors Helping Neighbors, and as I said, with the Neighbors Helping Neighbors Fund, we pay for those daily basic living expenses, and it is a one-time event. But you know, sometimes when you are trying to decide if you pay a copay and you pay for your mortgage or you pay for food, then that's kind of where we step in and say, hey, let us help reduce the burden. But the event is Friday, October 20th. So people, it's one night, 2 cities for a cause. We're going over, we start at Woodruff Park and we go over into Phoenix City and walk the Riverwalk.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so it's really 2 states.
It is 2
Georgia
states.
and Alabama.
That's right. One night, 2 states.
One night, 2 states. So we're going to start.
Yes,
Where's
Woodruff Park. It starts right downtown in Woodruff Park, and then we're going to walk over the bridge and then go down on the Riverwalk, come back over into Columbus. And
it's a leisurely walk.
It is a leisurely walk.
We're not speed walking and we're not running.
Now, there are some people that will have a timed run, but that's for those avid runners who want to. There is a registration fee of $30 and $35 for those that are timed. October 13th is the deadline to get registered online, or they can register at Big Dog Running Company. But you know, the money stays here, and that's why we do what we do. It's for those cancer patients that are going through. It may be a family member who has to take a child to Atlanta back and forth, so we help with the gas card as well. So those are the kinds of things that we do. We also are having Pink Sunday, the 3rd Sunday of this month, and we're asking faith-based organizations to choose us, West Central Georgia Cancer Coalition, as their charity of choice during that time. If it's during benevolence or if they're just taking up donations, we ask them to do that as well.
Okay, so you want us to put the little separate basket.
That will be fine.
Well, you know, because sometimes people will choose.
Yes.
It's either the public offering or the special basket. So we want to make sure that we let them know in advance if they want to support, which is a very serious and important cause, because you all are giving back to the community.
Yes, ma'am, we do.
And this is a year-round service.
It is.
You only have certain events in the month of October, but you're working
the
other 11 months.
That's exactly right. We work year-round. We do work with churches, faith-based initiative. We work, of course, in January, Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, and we just want the community to know, one, as you said, to take attention and make sure that you are aware of what's happening with your body. And of course, in October, to do the self-breast exams, to get your mammograms. We are a recipient of funds from the breast cancer license tag. So there is no woman or man in our community that says, I can't afford it, because that's why we're here. We receive funds when you purchase your breast cancer license tag. Money goes into a pot, and a lot of people don't realize that.
No, I didn't know that.
And we can apply for those funds, and last year we were given $50,000.
Really?
So we
should encourage people to buy that tag.
That's exactly
when
right.
It's, oh, well, we should be pushing that year round.
That's right.
Yeah, because sometimes people get their sorority, fraternity, or Paul's Humane or some other cause, but that's a very good thing that, and the money stays here in this community.
Yeah, and it does help, you know, throughout the state, but because we have been such good stewards of the dollars that they've entrusted us with, they give us money every year when we apply, and we are just truly thankful. So that's why women as well as men who need those exams, who need those mammograms, can come to us. And if there's a problem, then we get them to diagnosis or non-diagnosis.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
We both have a college student friend in common, and when they had a diagnosis, you stood in the gap. And I mean, you know, and that's really what it's all about. So we need to be supporting this cause all year round.
Yes, ma'am.
But then for the month of October, we need to get involved with those community activities.
That's right.
So people can get their own group, and then if they're runners, it's $30.
$35 if they're runners. Yes.
If they're walkers,
it's $30. And we're asking people to get a team in memory or in honor of someone. We are going to have, I forgot to tell you, a survivor parade the day of. They'll start up on the Broadway and walk on the block, and then come down to 10th Avenue, and it's all the survivors, ladies that have breast cancer or have had, breast cancer, and they're marching, and some have 5 years that they're free, 10 years, you know, some that are just currently going through. It's a victory march, and there we have a band that's playing, and there will be a program, a short program, but we just ask the community to come out, support us, as I said, because the money remains right here in our community.
And so for those that might need you to come out and speak, it's free.
Yes, ma'am.
Come out and do community education for free, and that's all year long.
That's all year long.
So tell them how they can reach you and the hours that your office is open.
Okay, we are open Monday through Thursday from 8 until 5, and then on Friday we do close at noon because we have a lot of weekend activities, and so on Saturdays I try to, you know, let the staff off during, you know,
get a little break.
Get a little break. But we are open, as I said, those hours, and then we are available to come out and talk. I am available. We have a regional education coordinators who's available, and then we also have community health advisors that are out there helping us, because I can't be all places, you know, and all things to all people.
Can't clone yourself.
And so we have other people that are helping us. Tell about what we do at the West Central Georgia Cancer Coalition. We provide advocacy, we provide navigation services, we provide education, outreach, as well as screenings. And also once a month we have a free clinical breast exam screening that if you're uninsured or underinsured, that they can come to the last Tuesday of the month with Dr. Kenneth Smith. We work with John B. Amos Cancer Center, and so this is truly a community collaborative that we do. We have partners that are helping us get the work done.
Well, we really appreciate all you're doing at West Georgia Cancer Coalition, and we need our community to come out this month and support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, East Burkhalter Avenue, Buena Vista, and Springs Street in Warm Springs. A second chance criminal record relief. Laws have changed in your favor. Attorney Jennifer Dunlap is offering assistance in removing felony and misdemeanor convictions from your record. Services are available for a limited time only. Call Attorney Dunlap today to see if you qualify at 706-405-0393 or visit secondchancelaws.com. Welcome back to Straightforward. My next guest is my very dear longtime friend, the awesome Susie Chandler Brown. Welcome, Susie.
Hello, Gloria.
You are such an inspiration. You really are. I'm not just saying that. And I guess when I first met you, you were this fresh out of the other ASU, Alabama State. We're going to be respectful of your school today, yes. And then you were in journalism.
I was.
25 years you worked for the legendary Ophelia DeVore Mitchell in the black newspaper business at the Columbus Times.
Yes, indeed.
And then, as life's journey would have it, you ended up working for a company that deals with vitamins.
Yes, Pharmavite.
Yeah, Pharmavite. And so little did we know when we were making that transition, career change, that we would have another when cancer knocks for the third time on your door.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 times.
But your attitude, I've just never seen anything like it. Even some of the people that work very closely with you, they were like, wow, you're still smiling through all of this. So you've had family members.
I have.
Your child was actually the miracle.
He's a cancer survivor.
He was a Miracle Network.
Yes, he
always
was.
remembered DJ. Of course, he's a freshman at Alabama A&M University,
yes,
so we're very proud of that. I remember checking out at Walmart, and I would see his picture in the little red shirt. So I had to change my thoughts about him when, okay, you said DJ is graduating, we're sending you an invitation, and I said to you, he's the little boy with the red T-shirt in Walmart that they showed as a Miracle Network kid.
Yes.
So he survived.
He's truly my miracle child.
Yes. So what happened? I mean, you were newlyweds, you had this beautiful baby boy, and what happened with DJ?
DJ, we were getting ready for Bible study one Wednesday night, and I was getting him ready, and I was getting him dressed, and I noticed he had a lump on his side. And I was thinking, because he's always been an outdoor baby. So I was outside digging holes or planting trees or digging up trees. So I thought he had lifted something too heavy, and you know, it caused itself a little. So the next morning on my way to school, I dropped him by his pediatrician's office, and right away the pediatrician immediately knew something was wrong.
Really?
Yes. That was almost like a one-day diagnosis. He was diagnosed that Wednesday. Thursday he was in Atlanta getting ready for surgery.
Really?
Yes.
And so that was at Eggleston's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so he has a long history. He could probably run the hospital.
He is a Wilms tumor survivor.
Right.
So he went through like a 7-hour surgery where they removed one of his kidneys at.
Really?
Yes. But he was a trooper.
Right.
There was no.
I think one of the happiest memories, which is not really happy, but he had the right attitude. You said that he couldn't eat, so he would say, "Just take me down there and let me smell it."
All he wanted to do was smell it.
And this is a child.
This was a 4-year-old child. Could not eat for 7 days, and did not complain once. But every day at the same time, we had to put him in his little wheelchair with all his IV, push him to the cafeteria, and let him sit there. And he would take 3 deep breaths, and he was like, "Okay, Mom, I'm good."
Really?
Yes.
So he had that same attitude, just like you. Because
so I had the best teacher.
Yes, you did.
I had the best teacher.
Yes, you did. And another funny thing about him, he was telling you, you know, after your surgery, you're not going to lay around here.
Yes, he did.
You got to get it going.
And he said, "Oh, Mom, you just wanted to join our club." So he was like, that was his attitude. You know, I know a lot of people struggle with telling their family, especially their children.
Right.
When something like this happened to them. But it was never that way with DJ. It was his outlook that kind of led the way with me. I took my cue from him. You know, and I know it's serious. I don't take anything away from that. But it's just the way my family and I handle it. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Right.
But that's how we.
But you all had we're going to win this fight.
Yes.
We've been in this fight before.
Yes.
And we had a battle plan then that worked.
Yes.
And we're going to use that same battle plan this time. Yeah. And so that's the thing that I find refreshing. And of course, we're not making light of it because we know it's a very serious illness.
It is.
But we do know that you can be victorious.
Exactly.
Because you've had that knock twice before. And so when it knocked on the door for you, you had this support group around you.
It is. And when I say that, people tell me, you know, like when they're cancer diagnosed, that was the worst day of their life. And it wasn't for me. And I'm being honest.
Right.
That wasn't the worst thing that could have happened. The worst thing to me happened when they told me it was my child.
Right.
However,
my heart was broke, but when God put my heart back together with super glue,
you're
not breaking again.
Exactly.
And then it's not breaking anymore.
I remember the day when you were going to the doctor and we were talking. You were en route, and when you came out, you called me and you said, "Well, you know, this is what they're saying," and I was like, "Okay, so the devil is a lie." If he thought after all that has happened with DJ, this is going to stop DJ from being a freshman at Alabama A&M University, then he got the wrong team.
Exactly, because I was thinking, my thought was, I really didn't have time for it. I was trying to get my baby ready for school.
I know, and every doctor's appointment, you were telling them oh no, I got to go get my baby in college, and I have to get his things together, and after then, we can look at this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that I didn't take it serious.
Right.
I just refused to let it consume every aspect of my life. That wasn't going to happen. Even now, you know, when you talk about people, when they hear the news, I kind of liken it to like red wine and honey. When you first taste it, it'll burn your mouth. So when you first hear that news, it kind of sear you, but now you can look at it like morning bread. You know the flavor. It doesn't satisfy you, but you can work with it.
All right.
So it kind of like, you know, when you first get in it, it is hard. I'm not saying it's not. However, you can't let it consume everything you're doing, your every waking thought. No, it won't do that.
Right.
No.
Well, I know the day of your surgery, and we were all there, and your sister and your family came, and when it was over, you was like, I need food.
I know, right? Because
it was like, I need food.
That was everybody, you know, you hear all of these stories from people, and you kind of map your progress or what you're feeling because you're told what to expect.
Right.
But with me, you know, they say you would.
All of that, we didn't see any of that.
No.
But I think it was because you are a praying woman. We have to say that. Always have been.
Truly.
But it was just your mindset. And then the people around you, they were not, it was like, we've done this, so we know the drill. We got this worked out, but and you're going to just follow this. And so that evening, you were eating and having guests.
Eating soup you bought me.
And all the pain. And so we never did get to all of that.
Because I think most of what I do or what I go through, not most of it, all of it, it's come from a place of faith. And the Bible tells us that fear has no place in our life because God has a perfect love, and that perfect love can chase out fear. So I believe every word that's in the Bible.
And you're holding him to it.
I believe every promise he ever made me.
Yes.
I believe everything that's been taken can be restored to you.
Right.
And I don't just say that. I don't give lip service to it.
You live it.
I live it, and I truly believe it.
Okay.
Not saying that everything we pray for worked out in our favor.
Right.
But I'm saying I got the faith to accept whatever his plan is for me.
All right.
And that's where my peace comes from. That's where my calm comes from.
All right.
I don't have to worry about tomorrow.
Okay.
Because that's been taken care of.
All right, Nancy, that's what I'm saying. Well, what we're going to do is go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Thanks.
Okay. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. Freedom Printing for all of your designer printing needs. Gunboat Plaza, Suite 18. Thai Cuisine, the area's only authentic Thai restaurant. Open for lunch and dinner, Monday through Saturday. Located in the Village Green Shopping Center on the 280 bypass in Phoenix City. Progressive Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1952. The George Ford legacy of high standards continues today in the compassionate and professional services provided. A touch of dignity for those who care. Progressive Funeral Home, 4235 St. Mary's Road, trusted by generations. Best Care, transforming minds and bodies, leading the way in the latest techniques of medical weight loss and wellness. Certified in family medicine and bariatrics, Dr. Blunt is ready to assist in the transformation of your mind and body. Call today, 706-221-6477, or visit bestcarecolumbus.com. East Alabama Endocrinology, educating and caring for those living with diabetes in Alabama and Georgia. 1400 Bradley Lake Boulevard, 3320 Skyway Drive, Suite 602, Opelika. Take charge of diabetes and live your best life. Vanessa Jackson's District 3 Successful Scholars Program, supporting students in achieving academic excellence, outstanding citizenship, positive social and cultural growth, believing in success for kids.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
Adopting from your shelter makes sense. You get a great friend checked by our vet. They're fixed, all shots, microchipped, all ready to make you and your family's life better. 4900 Milton Road, Columbus. Paws Humane.
Come meet your new best friend at Paws Humane.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation of hope and faith with my awesome longtime friend, the one and only Susie Chandler Brown.
I'm listening at you.
Well, it's so true, and you have always been a great supporter of mine. When I met you back in the 80s, and even with all the losses that I've had, I remember you wrote me this wonderful letter when my sister passed suddenly, and you said I could send you a card, which you did. I could call you, but I wanted to write you, and that's that journalism background. I wanted to write you this letter, and then at night when you are grieving, and you said to me, there is no expiration date on how long you grieve, and no one can tell you how to grieve. So when you're awake at night, you can't sleep, you pull this letter out and you read it. And it was I'm telling you, I will just have that forever, priceless. But it's that same attitude that I have seen you work with other people. Even in the midst of what was going on with you, you were focused on DJ, getting him to Alabama A&M, making sure he had the right classes.
That's right.
Even at the doctor's office, you pulled your phone out and the lady was checking us out. This was the funniest thing. I knew you were in real deep then, and you said, well, I can tell you where he is.
Yes.
And she was like, really? So we weren't even talking to her. And so you was like, no, because this is going to tell me what and this and that. So you have been preparing for that time because you brought him from childhood cancer into adult. And then in the middle of your care, you had to take him back to Emory because they changed him from one to another.
He transitioned from pediatric to adult oncology. So yes, that was part of what we had to do to get him ready for school. We had to make sure that because he's 18, he's recognized as an adult when it comes to oncology now. So that was part of it also. And a lot of what he's going through helped him to understand what I was going through, and his dad. His dad is also a cancer survivor. So I guess you could call it, and I know people use the word survivor, but in our home we call it thrivers. Because we don't want to just survive. I want him to thrive.
Yes.
I want him to live life. I want him to love life. And the same thing I want for myself and his dad. So I know survivor is the word we all use, but you know, we've been a household of thrivers.
Yes.
So that's what we kind of refer to ourselves. As a matter of fact, he made me this handmade sign because he's always making some. He cut a small tree down.
Well, he's going to be an engineer.
He cut a small tree down in the backyard. He had tagged for demolition.
Right.
And from that tree, he carved the word thrivers, and he put it over my front door.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he is. You know.
And this one, he was maybe 10.
Really?
Yes, he was been cutting down my trees for quite some time.
Well, that's why he's going to be an engineer. So all that's going to pay off. He had his on-the-job training at home.
Hopefully.
So, oh, he will because he's very grounded. And even with you and your care, I mean, he's coaching you. It's like, no, you can't lay down, get up. Mr. Brown is saying, no, get up. I'm making your coffee in there. You get dressed and you're going to work. And I called you and you were at work. And I was like, okay. And you was like, yeah, and I get my treatments. And you get your treatments on?
I do on Friday, in 3-week cycles on Fridays. My employers were gracious enough to allow me to come back on a interim basis just to see how it would be, how could I cope. And I did go back, and some days I can and some days I can't, but the days I can, I give them
120%, because that's who you are. Right.
I just give in and let my body take what it wants.
Right. Yes. And then you just go home and rest.
That's right.
But it's because you were such a great team player when you first went there to work, and you got promoted so quickly. I mean, and then they were flying you all over the country, and
it was, you know.
Yeah, well, you worked hard, but it's okay.
Yes.
You know, and as I was saying to people about you, you're one of the most humblest people that I know, and definitely a good example for me. You're just the calm in the middle of the storm, and the whole time during your surgery and preparing and afterwards, you were more concerned about Mr. Brown and DJ Brown and your siblings, you know.
Yes.
You didn't want people to worry.
I did not. That is one of my things. I guess I've lost my mom when I was like 6 years old. So my sister, who was 17 at the time, raised 6 of her brothers and sisters. And with that happening, my dad had a mental breakdown maybe 3 months after my mom passed. So we had no choice but to lean on each other. So that too, that closeness, that bond, it's been a foundation for me, not just to lean on, but to thrive on also.
Right, and so you didn't want her to worry. I remember your conversation.
That's right.
When they were holding you before we went in for the surgery, and you said, well, I know you're thinking about me. You just called her. And I thought that was the cutest thing.
Because I knew that would be what she was doing.
Yeah,
so I wanted to
reassure
her that Susie Brown was all right.
Yeah, yeah, and even the doctors, they were just so, I mean, amazed at your progress, your attitude.
This journey is easy to curse the darkness. But for myself, I just made the decision to light candles.
Exactly.
I mean, because it would be so easy to wake up every day with this doom and gloom, just curse the darkness. But that's not who I was before.
Right.
It's not who I am now, and it will not be who I would become. I made the decision to light candles along the way, and that's what I try to do every day. Light a candle.
Well,
whether it's for myself or someone else. Every day I want to do something that bring a little light to someone, whether it's my family, friends, people I don't even know, just to know.
Encourage someone along the way.
Exactly.
And then your living has not been in vain.
Exactly.
Well, I am so very proud that you would allow me to be on the journey with you. I thank you for all of your support of me and my family, my husband and son, over these last 30 years.
Little time.
I mean, really, it has just really been a blessing.
Well, thank you.
I want you to stay in the fight. We're going to be with you 100%, and we're going to get it done, and we'll be at the graduation.
Thank
when
you.
DJ graduates at Alabama.
Promises to keep and miles to go before we sleep.
All right. I love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, my pleasure. It has been straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.